Hi, Faith UMC. This is our weekly announcements. Me and Reverend Allison are going to just go ahead and share some thoughts and answer some questions in a brief way here. We have this coming Sunday is, for those of you who don't know, it's Father's Day. And because it is Father's Day, Reverend Allison and the staff are giving me a Sunday off. So thank you so much. But I will still be watching and worshiping with all of you. But we do have, I just want to remind folks, we do have two worship services, separate ones, one at 8:30 and also one at 10:30. So please join us for that. And if you have any questions about our worship services, please go ahead and link into our church website, and it will give you some simple directions as soon as you get there. Also, I know folks have been asking and wondering because of all the different businesses and things that are opening. In regards to our church reentry information, we have in our good news, Reverend Allison sent out sort of some information on the different phases and 1, 2, 3, and 4 phases. But I think as we continue to discuss with our reentry team, we want to make sure that because of safety issues and making sure that when we do open, we want to make sure that when we come back ready to celebrate and not worry about too much. We want to make sure that we have everything ready. And right now, we've all heard in the news that the numbers of positive COVID is going up. So for that reason, it makes us still a little bit wary about opening up too early. We love our folks, you all know that, and for that reason, we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing by all of you. So we're going to go ahead and see how some of the reopening for other churches and other organizations, how they deal with it. And we're going to learn from that for our church's purposes. And so hopefully we'll get a chance to go ahead, and the plan is to reevaluate at the end of July and give you more information then. But at any time, if you have any questions, you can always call the church and ask us, and we'll go ahead and give you some more details on it as much as we can. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and do our best to make sure that we plan well for our reentry, and we will reevaluate at the end of July. Okay, Reverend Allison.
Thanks, Pastor Key. We hope you enjoy your Father's Day and have a good time with your family. We also are encouraging our staff at Faith to take a week off for Sabbath for themselves sometime during the summer as we prepare for re-entry. And so next week, Pastor Key will be on break. So be kind to him and let him do some self-care during next week. He's been working really hard, as have our staff. So we thank you, Pastor Key, for your service. For those of you who also know that annual conference for our California Pacific churches, our United Methodist churches, our conference tends to fall always on Father's Day weekend. And so this year, it is no different, but we are doing annual conference differently this year. It's all virtual and online. And what's really unique about this is our conference is where we do the work of the church, where we take votes on social actions, but also pensions, and have conversations on the well-being of our churches, including what's the business that is to be happening and was supposed to happen at General Conference this year. So there'll be discussions on what our delegates have been planning, and we'll plan for the rescheduled General Conference next year. If you are interested in just even seeing the inner workings of the church, or also just being able to experience worship with a broader group of United Methodists, we want to invite you to check out the worship services. And then if you'd like, you can check out the sessions. There's 3 of them in this abbreviated conference this weekend. For our voting members, they have to start on Thursday for webinars to figure out how we're voting online and how this all works. And the clergy all start on Thursday as well. But 10 a.m. on Friday morning, we invite you to go to calpacumc.org/AC2020. That's calpacumc.org/AC2020. And you check out the worship services, but also the sessions. But on our opening worship service, we'd like to invite you specifically to stay so that you can experience annual conference worship. And then also at the end of the service, there is a very special part, which actually our faith community has been a part of. Minister Eric created a petition based on our conversation with our young adult town hall, or our Awaken town hall meeting. And they created a petition asking for a moment of recognition and silence and 8 minutes and 46 seconds exactly, to be put in somewhere during our annual conference. And so if you watch the opening worship service, there will be a part where that petition was fulfilled. And so we thank all of you for recognizing that in our quest for United Methodists standing against racism, we also understand the importance of Black Lives Matter. So join us. The services for the weekend are our opening worship, retirement service, as well as ordination, and then the young people's worship services. So there are 4 services in 2 short days, but we find that this is really uplifting. And if you were there in person, which you get a chance to be this year, we'd love for you to be a part of that. So to learn more about our inner workings of the church, join us this weekend for annual conference. And if you have any questions, you can always contact the church. And as we continue to pray for you and find ways to support you during this time of COVID on this 14th week in quarantine, we know that we are still connected. The church doors have never been closed. We invite you to connect with each other, stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless you all.
And we're praying for you, praying for all of you.
Always, always. Yeah. Blessings.